Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. It is 6:30 on the dot. For the first time since June, both sides involved in the BC teachers dispute will meet face-to-face today. They'll try to hammer out a deal to end a full-scale strike that has kept students out of their classrooms. Greg Harper joins us now live from BCTF headquarters with the latest. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Will there be some good news, some hope for parents and students heading into the weekend? We will see. For the first time since the school year ended, both the BCTF and the BC Public School Employers Association will meet. And ahead of today's bargaining session, there was quite a large group of Vancouver teachers that rallied in the city yesterday. They did this by holding up signs and passing out pamphlets to parents as well, explaining their position in the ongoing labor dispute. Benefits, class size, and composition remain the big issues. Both parties say today's meeting is about trying to move forward and to look at ways at resolving the dispute.
The money needs to be on the table, and telling us to come back to the bargaining table doesn't help if they're not putting money on the table. There's money for raises for MLAs, there's money for roofs on stadiums, but there's not money for kids. Without educated children, we don't have politicians, we don't have lawyers, we don't have doctors.
So the meeting today is taking place at an undisclosed location, at an undisclosed time, hopefully with some positive results. Jody?
Many families will be ready for the results. Thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live this morning from BCTF headquarters. Preliminary testing has turned up encouraging results, but there's still plenty of concern about the Mount Polley mine disaster in the Cariboo. The Environment Ministry says wastewater samples from Quesnel Lake and Quesnel River meet drinking water and wildlife standards. The samples were taken Monday after the tailings pond collapse at the mine near the community of Likely. But with billions of liters spilled into the region's waterways, there's still concern about toxic sludge spreading through the area as far away as Quesnel.
All of our salmon are going to be dead. The bears that eat the salmon, the eagles, every animal that goes down to the river to drink water. You know, the toxic waste is already into the rivers. The sludge has gone down past Quesnel now.
Despite the initial results, a water ban remains in effect in the region with more testing needed. A local state of emergency has been called near Peachland. That's due to a 30-hectare blaze threatening at least one home in the area. The Drought Hill fire was reported yesterday afternoon, and it has also affected traffic along Highway 97C. The cause of the fire is under investigation, but it is suspected to have been human-caused. Police are looking for help in solving the unusual disappearance of a Richmond man. Bill Cornish hasn't been seen since Wednesday afternoon. The 52-year-old left his contracting job at Vancouver City Hall, took some money out of the bank, and then he did not show up for his hockey game that night. Bill's disappearance is considered out of character. He is 5'10" with brown eyes, salt and pepper hair, and drives a black Nissan Pathfinder. Homicide investigators are looking into the reason behind a pair of deaths in Chilliwack. 3 people were shot at an apartment building yesterday morning on Gore Avenue. Officers arrived to find 2 of the victims dead. The condition of the third is unclear. Investigators were on scene for hours before finally leaving around 9 o'clock last night. Police have said little about the shootings, except they appear to have been targeted. Fire investigators are looking into an overnight blaze at a garage in East Vancouver. Flames broke out just before midnight in the 400 block of East 63rd Avenue near Prince Edward Street. When emergency crews arrived, the garage was fully engulfed. The fire is being considered suspicious. A pair of people were rushed to hospital after a pedestrian accident in Vancouver last night. The collision happened at East 12th Avenue and Sophia Street shortly before 8 o'clock. It appears 2 women were walking their bikes through the intersection when they were hit. One of the bikes was left mangled at the scene amongst a bunch of debris. The driver involved in the accident did stay on scene, which was blocked for a number of hours. Tropical storm Iselle is now bearing down on Hawaii. The storm was downgraded from hurricane status overnight. Its outer edges have been bringing rain and wind to the Big Island for the last several hours. So far, there have been no reports of serious damage or injuries. Another hurricane named Julio is right on Iselle's tail, about 1,600 kilometers back. It's a Category 3 storm and is expected to pass Hawaii early Sunday. All right, just coming up to 6:35, over to the Connected Studios we go.